Welcome to Coach's Corner, everybody. Thanks for watching the show. This is brought to you by Sandy Sansing Chevrolet. It's four-wheel drive. That's right, Syracuse defensive linemen, two of which are with us. Up top, behind, right above my head, Timmy Green, number 72, and Jamie Kimmel, number 83. As you can see, there is Billy Pendock, my high school teammate, and Blaze Winter is to my right on your screen. I am your host, Coach Tripp. Four-wheel drive, where we talk about virtues, talk about different subjects relating to sports and life. And this week's subject is life after football, or as Billy put it the other day, transition from football to real life. Man, it gets real really quick, guys. No longer playing the kids' game for a living.
Ooh. Hard.
It's all we've known since we were 27 to Billy and I think we're 27. Blaze was, I think, in his 30s when he stopped playing ball.
Before.
When everything, you hit that wall and you're told you're no longer good enough to play in the National Football League. Some of us, I had a wife and a little girl to support. I think it was time for me to go back to school and finish my degree, my bachelor's in business management. So that's what I did in '89 after 4 years of pro ball. Wasn't easy to go back to school. I didn't save any electives when I went back to my business school and finished my degree. They were all the four hardest business courses to take at Alabama. So that was a hard transition for me, knowing your life is over. That's all you've known since you can remember as a little kid, 7 years old. Blaze, I want to start with you, man. You retired after 12 years in the league. How old were you? In your early 30s when that happened?
34.
Oh my God,
34 years old, and man, it was. I don't know. Maybe it still is in some ways. As a former player and as a person who loves something. Right, Billy? You can't let go of it, Tripp. To be really honest with you, I have painful days now that are about where do I belong? I mean, where do I fit? It's a horrible part of being a competitive spirit and passionate about something. Football gives you the ability to compete. You're allowed to pour your soul into it, and the expectations are, you guys. The expectations are you put all your heart and soul into it. It's not just go to work, press a button, move the things from left to right, and keep your emotion out of it. You can't help but put your soul into it, and you have brothers like Billy sitting right near you that you feel a bond with. You feel a marriage to. In so many words, you feel that close to them. If you want to really be good as a front four, or as a defense, or as a team, you can't help but fall in love with the people you're around. Some you hate, you push them away. But if you're on a team for me, the Chargers for over 5 years, the Packers for 4 years, you have a brotherhood with some of these dudes that you can't help but feel when they're hurting, you're hurting. And to let go of that is almost like saying, get rid of my wife, get rid of my children, get rid of my dog. No, man. No, I'm not.
Yeah. So it's the personal relationships that you found were hard to let go, or hard you couldn't find again. Because you sacrifice so much with each other. The soldiers in war say the same thing. When you go through that kind of stuff with your buddies, there's a bond like no other, and you can't find it again. Billy, was that brotherhood and that love for football, was that hard for you to transition? Was that the hardest part for you?
That was definitely. I think if you talk to anybody that's played a length of time at any team, you think about and you ask somebody what they miss the most, and they're going to say that locker room time, that time with those guys that, you put your trust in those guys. Blaze hit the nail right on the head. I mean, that's one of the biggest things as far as I feel, and I think you guys feel the same thing. Now, I got a couple examples. When I was in the Cowboys, I witnessed a different world of football there. I mean, I wasn't used to seeing what God, family, and football really meant to these guys. When they were cut after the last cut and sitting on their cot and just wondering, my life is over. These guys were contemplating suicide because they didn't make it to the Dallas Cowboys, and we up here in New York State, up this way with football, we don't understand what that is up here. I don't think any person understands it. And for you guys in Alabama, football is up there with breathing, and when it's taken away from you and it's over, some of those people, of those guys have nothing to go back to. Nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, Billy, you're so right. Yeah, you're so right. Both you guys, man. I mean, both you guys, the personal relationships are the things that you can't replace. Number two, the passion, the love of it. I loved football so much that I was a perfect fit for me to go to Alabama because it does mean more, because it is like a religion, because they do have passionate base with high standards and a tradition like no other. I mean, we go back to the 20s and 30s national championship and the Rose Bowls. And so I love that. And when I left football, I'm such a competitive guy. I think I needed to find something that would fill my competitive spirit. So I went into sales. I went into sales for 30 years. I was okay at it. I wasn't the greatest, but I was probably above average. But I found a little something that would keep me going. They had a wife and kid. It wasn't the greatest, job in the world, and I was still searching at 40 years old for a passion to get back into football. So I tried to referee. I wasn't a very good referee. I got into coaching, and then all of a sudden, boom, I found coaching was a calling for me from God to help others with the knowledge that I had. I didn't know how to do much else. I learned sales training and all that stuff, but my passion and my knowledge was 20 years of football, in depth, in detail. And so it was a transformation for me when I got divorced and then got into coaching. It was really at home. It was pressed upon me to impress the knowledge from two Hall of Fame coaches that I played for to pass it on to somebody else.
See, I agree. I agree that the coaching filled some of that for me also. I mean, the training, the athlete, staying close to a certain degree of brotherhood, even though it was a staff room with coaches, it was still camaraderie. It was still a strategy. It was still something I was familiar with. It's funny how none of us. Well, I'll speak for myself. I didn't listen to my mama. My mama said, "You better have a backup plan." And it's like you pour your heart and soul into something. How do you think of a backup plan?
Right.
I mean, how do you see yourself in anything else? I admit, if I would have never been drafted and played, I would have probably struggled like so many.
Right.
Maybe a little bit less because the NFL gave me a fill. By my 12th year, I knew Billy Watt. I was done. Remember those conversations? I was I was so beat up and in pain that I really was growing to hate the game.
Yeah. Wait, one thing before you keep going now, Blaze and Paulie. Blaze, you remember under Coach Maloney, and we were freshmen sitting in that locker room, and he said to us, remember, all you guys, you can't eat footballs. I'll never forget him saying that.
Wow.
You cannot eat footballs. So think of what you're going to do after the short. Because look at the how many years is the average for any player?
3 years, less than 3 years.
It's 2 to 3 years for so it's over in a blink of an eye, man. And if you're a player and you played for more than 5, 6, 7, 8 years like we have, and you say after the game is done, if you don't miss the game, you're lying, because you do every day.
Yeah.
You miss that, but it's how you separate all that stuff from your life now, and
that is why. But that is why it is so important for alumni. It is so important for the National Football League to keep us involved. This is why we're mad. We're bitter. At least I am. Syracuse, keep me involved. I want to feel like a part of the family. Don't tell me I'm part of the family and then turn around and what? Leave me out in the cold. I want to feel part of the family. It helps me survive my loneliness on earth. I need to feel that. I want to be around my brothers. NFL, other than the Packers, the Chargers and the Colts are horrendous at caring about alumni. Packers, well, we are royalty, man. We get off that airplane. We're met by former players. We go to socials. We talk about the old times. People will share almost like they're therapy. And that's important. And good teams understand that. I bet you Alabama has a good alumni system.
Oh yeah, we got places to have reunions. I mean, we got meals before the games and meetings and reunions, and yeah, the players keep it alive. The institution not so much, but right. it's the people that count. And it's a transition. It's a transition that Blaze, you and I are blessed, man. We kind of wish Billy could feel some of the tradition and passion of the fans for Green Bay, which is the greatest title town, which has the greatest fans in the NFL, and then Alabama, the greatest fans in college football with the greatest tradition. But Blaze, we were blessed, man. I mean,
you're right.
What are the odds of that? Billy doesn't understand it, but I think he does. I think Billy, even though he didn't experience it, he understands it. And I think schools and teams should do a better job of reaching out to the players, because I know one thing: all the players, from Dr. Galen McCullough, who was there in 1961, to my friend David Valletto's father, Carl Valletto, who was a player at Alabama in 1958 when Coach Bryant arrived. Yeah. Okay, they understand the brotherhood and the passion of Alabama, and they carry it on. And it is hard
it helps
to make
with that transition. It helps with the survival. It helps with the transition. It helps that I see Billy in person and it touches giant hands and put my arms around him. I can feel him because I felt him on the field. I felt him, and I miss him to hell. I miss the brotherhood. And I'm not the only one in pain here. I'm not the only one privately suffering. There are thousands of players that have the fortune to play at a nice college and then go on to the NFL. It's people don't seem. They want to talk to me about, well, you want to, buy that car, you want to invest that $250,000, that $500,000, that $1 million. Everything's about fucking money. Everything's about, hey, my clout currently is money. And I react the way I do because immediately it's like, what are you looking at? A former NFL player? No, you're looking at a bank. Your bank. And I'm like, man, look, man, That's not what we talk about when we're on the field. We talk about brotherhood. We talk about the things that Mama raised us to understand and Daddy raised us to understand. And man, it is.
Oh, that's the thing. Yeah, we want to talk. We want to talk about things of feeling that matter. That's passion. A lot of people just want to talk about money and what the money does for you. And the money, don't get me wrong. The money has gotten into Alabama too. Coach Bryant would roll over. No. Let me finish this rant because you're ranting. Coach Bryant would roll over in his grave if he knew where his players were sitting in that stadium. Okay, so money has gotten into even the greatest of traditions, the greatest of programs, and you got to find something and separate. You can still have contact with your ex-teammates and your buddies, but sometimes you have to separate the institution from the players that played there. And I'm blessed with my post career. I mean, my gosh, I got into radio, 15 years ago. I always thought, look at me, I always thought I had the perfect face for radio, but now I'm doing podcasts, and it's the greatest blessing, man. To tell these stories and to help other people out. I've just been so lucky in my post playing career that I've just been blessed.
Billy, we shared this before, also off the air and also Trip on the air, which is I really look forward to this. I mean, it was hard to have you run reruns when you get busy in life with our doctor appointments. Seemingly, that's what fills every other week, but. I look forward to it, and this is all about where we're at as transition players from our beautiful sport to off the field. Now, we're also carrying a time in history, right, Billy? A time in history where it was all or nothing. It wasn't about save yourself. It wasn't a save yourself mentality. It was, hey, Billy's hurting. I'm all in. Jamie's hurting. Tim. We're still all in for Tim. Jamie. I mean, we're there on the doorstep in minutes if needed. Junior say out. Hey, man, just call me. Don't do anything stupid. I'm here for you. And that's how we were raised.
Yeah. That's it. That's what this is. You talk about transition, and Paulie Blaze, he hit the nail on the head as far as, we all have bad down days. I mean, the injuries some of them are hidden. Some of them you don't see. Some of them people will never see. And the best thing you can do is I call Blaze on the phone. He understands what that ringing is going on, what those bad days are, what those days that I can talk. You can't talk to your buddy at the office or somebody that don't know that stuff. I talk to Trip maybe 3 or 4 times a week. We talk all the time. We were never that close in high school. We're now, it's just a different, it's therapy for all 3 of us, I think.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. What a show. Huh? Great job, guys.
Excellent.
Beautiful, man. I love you guys. I hope we help other people out there. Reach out to other people if you're having trouble with any transition, any change. Change is hard. I'm going through
one last tip
right now. Yeah, go ahead, Billy.
Last thing. Those people that for athletes that are playing now and that do get out of football, there's always something you can fall back on. Don't drown yourself in the game. There's always something you can do. And talk to other players, talk to older guys, talk to guys that are successful. I talk to Jimmy Rooney all the time, successful guy. Talk to Bernard King, another guy that's successful. Use those contacts, use those people in your life.
Awesome.
Amen.
Awesome. Great job, Blaze. Billy, have a great sports week. We'll talk to you soon.
Love you guys.
Okay, man.
Love you. Bye. Wow. Blaze and Billy. Life after football, transition from football to real life, as Billy said, because playing professional sports, not real life, kind of, almost fantasy type. But hope you guys got something out of it. Have a great sports week. We got good shows coming up the rest of the week for you, so stay tuned. We will talk to you soon. Peace.
When it comes to buying your next car, truck, or SUV, you need a team that puts you first. Here at the Sandy Sansing dealerships, we're proud to serve Pensacola and the Gulf Coast with the best selection, trusted service, and deals that work for your family. Just like great coaches build great teams, Sandy Sansing builds lasting relationships with every customer who walks through our doors. Because when it comes to finding your next vehicle, there's only one name to remember. Sandy Sansing can.
75 years of service in high tech today. It's Pensacola Glass Company at 433-8348. High tech is a term often applied to advanced services and products in today's marketplace. And today, glass is much more than a simple pane of brittle, see-through stuff we hit baseballs through when we were kids. Glass is now a product with unique flexibility in both performance and application. And Pensacola Glass Company is growing right along. That's Pensacola Glass Company at 433-8348.
Are you riding around in a filthy vehicle? Dirty car no more. Visit Ronnie's Car Wash today to get it shining in no time. They have 3 convenient locations with another coming soon. The unlimited monthly wash packages start as low as $14.95 per month with free vacuums, multi-purpose spray and towels. Visit them in Gulf Breeze, Navarre, Fort Walton, and soon Crestview. Don't wait, wash today. Be sure to see Ronnie's Car Wash on Facebook to see the latest specials and discounts. You'll be riding and shining in no time.
That's you trying to fix the plumbing yourself to save a few bucks. Doing things yourself doesn't always end well. The same goes for insurance. That's why Auto Owners works with local independent agents who tailor coverage to meet your needs and offer discounts for life, home, car, and business insurance. Because sometimes you need a professional to get the job done right. That's simple human sense.
When it comes to buggies and golf carts, nobody does it like Buggy Works. Hi, I'm JP Wibbs. We've got the largest selection of golf carts on the Gulf Coast. We have a brand new 10,000 square foot state-of-the-art service center and showroom to keep you rolling. We're right here in the heart of Car City at 5831 Pensacola Boulevard. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, Saturdays 9 to 3. Check us out at buggyworks.com. Buggy Works. Come by and see why we're the #1 Denago dealer in the nation.
My name is Steve Reynolds. I'm the manager and owner of Cordova Lanes, and we help keep your mind out of the gutter. Cordova Lanes is part of the community of Pensacola. Being here for 43 years, we've entertained more people than any other bowling center in the city. We sell fun for a living. Cordova Lanes is located at 2111 Airport Boulevard in Pensacola, behind Cordova Mall. Come on out and see us at Cordova Lanes Bowling Center. Thank you.
For 30 years, you have seen the orange Beck signs all over the Gulf Coast listing a property for sale or lease. Beck Partners is your trusted advisor in commercial real estate, property management, commercial and personal insurance. Senior Vice President David Valletto has been with Beck Partners since 1989. Take advantage of his wealth of knowledge by calling him today at 982-7352, 982-7352. Extensive experience in all aspects of leasing, sales, management, and site selection will make sure your expectations are exceeded.
There's a reason why Hill Kelly in Pensacola is the #1 selling Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram dealer between Jacksonville and New Orleans. While other dealers have taken advantage of a competitive market with higher prices, Hill Kelly has discounted prices to the lowest of the year. And Hill Kelly in Pensacola won't surprise you with excessive charges beyond the selling price. Come see why people from Milton, Pace, Foley, Bay Minette, Daphne, Gulf Shores, Mobile, and beyond are driving to Hill Kelly in Pensacola to buy their next new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram. At Hill Kelly, the bottom line price and your satisfaction are what really matter. So before you sign, check the bottom line and make the trip to Hill Kelly in Pensacola to see what true local ownership can do for you. At Hill Kelly Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Highway 29 in Car City, Pensacola. Or shop online 24/7 at hillkellydodge.com. When it comes to bottom line pricing, nobody beats a Hill Kelly deal. Nobody.